Which you guys got another video here for you. Microsoft patches active 0-day attack. These urgent updates are required immediately on your system. As you can see right here, these are targeting Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Office, also Microsoft Exchange and Microsoft Edge. This is what it's actually attacking. This one here is all about Office because I have Office on my system. It's important that you update these immediately. You can see the full breakdown here with a base score of around about 8.4 for one of them and also 7.4 for the other. These are pretty serious updates that you need to do, and you need to do them right away if you have Microsoft Office, Microsoft Edge, or you're using Microsoft Exchange. It also is for Windows as well. So I've covered the Windows one. I wanted to cover the Microsoft Office because I do use Office myself, and I'll show you what you'll need to do to combat this attack. Microsoft fixed over 50 security vulnerabilities in December with this Big Patch Tuesday. One of these is already being actively exploited in the wild. So Microsoft's December Patch Tuesday, which unleashed various security updates against 56 new vulnerabilities. This rounds up the year with a whopping total of 1,139 vulnerabilities that have been fixed through 2025. That's quite a lot. So you can see the importance of updating, and you can see what it's actually attacking right here. And it's important that you keep your system updated. So in addition to all of these Windows and Office fixes that Microsoft have released, they also affect Azure, Copilot, Defender, Exchange and PowerShell. So it's important that you update your system immediately. If you're wondering what 0-day is, 0-day is a software vulnerability that attackers discover before the software maker knows about it. This means it's unknown to the creator of that software, i.e. either a Windows operating system or the software that you're using like Microsoft Office. And because the vendor has 0 days to fix it, the flaw can be exploited immediately by hackers out there in the wild. So if you're in the belief that an antivirus program is going to protect you against 0-day, then you're mistaken. So no patch or fix exists at first when the 0-day has been discovered. So there will be no fix for it until they release a patch for it. Security tools often don't recognize these attacks, i.e. your antivirus program. It's important that you update your system. If you've got Microsoft Office, you can go to File and then go to Account, and you'll be able to see your account here, and there'll be an option saying Microsoft 365 and Office updates. Click on this drop down arrow and click Update Now if you use Microsoft Office. Make sure your Windows is updated as well. This will download the latest updates from Microsoft servers and install them on the system. These will not be done on the back end when you do Windows updates. You have to do these manually. Now, a large portion of these vulnerabilities that we talked about on this Patch Tuesday update for December, they are literally spread across 3 operating systems. So 3 operating systems are Windows 10, Windows 11 and Windows Server. So Microsoft are still offering security updates for all 3 of these operating systems. But if you use, for instance, your browser, for instance, Edge or even Google Chrome and things like that, you need to update those manually as well. Also, if you're using Office suites like this, you definitely want to get that updated because most people don't do it. And of course, this will leave you vulnerable because there is 0-day exploits that can be used on this particular software, as I showed you earlier on at the beginning of the video. Now, of course, people are going to say that why do we have to do this much security updates to an operating system? It's because it's used by billions of people. There's lots of people that are using a Windows operating system with different types of software and different types of hardware. I don't think people realize, especially Linux users, realize how small of a market share they have compared to Windows. It's massive. With different software and hardware, this needs to be supported to billions of people. So now you need to save your work here and basically close it down so it can do the updates. So let's go ahead and do that right here. And this will then go ahead and update the system. Now, of course, with the amount of software that Windows uses and also the amount of hardware and users that are using the operating system, it's bound to have patches that need to be applied to fix a lot of security vulnerabilities that are found by security companies and Microsoft. Now, if you are a Linux user, it's not perfect. People paint a picture of Linux as if it's the perfect operating system and it never needs to be patched and fixed and there's no problems and it's impenetrable, but that's just simply not true. It really isn't. No operating system is perfect. They all need to be patched and fixed at some point because of security vulnerabilities that are being found on all operating systems, regardless of whether it's Linux, Windows, or even Mac OS. And if you think any of the other operating systems like Linux and Mac OS are perfect and they have no problems, then you're delusional. So we've done all of the updates for Microsoft Office. If you have Microsoft Office, make sure you update those right away. Otherwise, you're leaving yourself vulnerable. Next, you need to make sure Windows is fully updated. If you have paused Windows updates, it might be advisable to do this security update because of zero-day attacks, and you definitely want to keep your system updated. Now, once you've done these, it's also important to check the browser to make sure the browser is updated because this does affect Chromium type browsers. And you can see right here, it gives you all the information on here as well about Microsoft Exchange Server, which also allows unauthorized attackers to perform spoofing over the network. So if you're using Microsoft Exchange or any of those, then you need to do updates just like I've shown you before. Make sure the system is fully updated as well. These are not so bad. Their base score is only a medium. It's 5.3, but it's always advisable to, basically get these updates done. Now, this one here is obviously a 7.5. It's high and it should be updated immediately because this is for Microsoft Exchange Server as well, which allows unauthorized attackers to elevate privileges over the network, which is something you don't want to happen. Here is the Microsoft Edge one if you're interested. If you're using Microsoft Edge or a Chromium-based browser, this comes at a score of 4.3 and it's a medium, so it's not super bad, but it is worth doing. It performs spoofing over the network and it's advisable that you update your browsers, and I'll show you how to do that quickly. It's not that difficult. You just have to go into the browser settings here, and that's for Chromium based browsers. If you've got one of those and you use it on a daily basis, just check for updates on it. I'll quickly show you here because these updates won't come down on your Windows updates. You have to do it through the browser itself. So let's go ahead and head over to Edge or Chrome in this case because I'm on Chrome. If I had Edge on here as well, I would update both of them. Go to the three dots and go settings here, and then come down to where it says about Chrome or about Edge or something like that, and you'll see it will start updating immediately as soon as we update it. And this is the patch that you are needing to apply to that system. It's important that you update your browsers on a regular basis. Don't use them and forget to update them, because zero-day is no joke and your antivirus program will not protect you. If you're using a browser with zero-day vulnerabilities in it, it's very dangerous and you definitely don't want to do that. So you definitely want to keep them updated like I'm showing you right here. And don't listen to people in the comments section that tell you to disable Windows updates completely, because that's just stupid and you're going to leave yourself vulnerable. Especially if you're using it for banking and other sensitive information online, it's not advisable to pause all updates. As always, I appreciate your comments and opinions in the comments section. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Big shout out to my YouTube members. I do appreciate the support. Have a lovely weekend and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.